I'm honestly lost in my marriage. I, 24F, am married to my husband, 29M. We've been together for 6 years and married for 5, and he is definitely not the man I married anymore. We are struggling on every front, and I'm at a loss. We have 2 kids both under school age and just bought a house. We are struggling with money, communication, and intimacy. But he has become emotionally and has been physically abusive in the past. I'm not a perfect person either, and when we first got married, I had a very short temper with everything. When we first got married, it started almost immediately. We didn't really have a honeymoon phase. 6 months into marriage, I became pregnant, and he had to leave for work and was gone for 10 months. And the whole time I was pregnant, he was gone, and all we did was fight over the phone. I worked as a waitress, and I would do my makeup. He said it was because I was flirting with another guy I worked with, which is just not true. He came home right before I gave birth to our first, which was a great week, and then it went even more downhill. I'm pretty sure I was suffering from server PPD, and he became so angry every time I let him know how I was feeling. I was crying myself to sleep, and he would call me weak. And I was scared to tell anyone how depressed I was because he didn't want to deal with therapy, and he threatened to leave me if I sought help. Then things got to a head when I didn't agree with him. He would hit me in the head as if knocking on a door to knock some sense into me. One night he had to work a night shift, and I told him we were low on formula and I could walk down to the store that was less than a mile away in our small town, and he lost it. He pulled me off the couch by the hair and started to hit me repeatedly, calling me a dumb BTCH. And that was when I left him for the first time. I put a restraining order on him and cut off communication until our court date. I dropped the restraining order a month later, and we are back in communication, and he wants to seek marriage counseling to try and fix things, and I agree. I worked on my temper, and I had called him name, which I worked on myself and no longer do. And things were great. We were back together within a couple of months, and things were great for the next 2 years. And then it started again after I had our second. He refuses to help with minor things around the house like dishes, or even watching the kids so I can get stuff done. He also struggling at work. And minor arguments start breaking out again. Last year we bought a house and get a fresh start, and now we are struggling financially. I can't get a job because we can't afford childcare, and he doesn't want anyone else to watch our kids. We haven't been on a date night since our first kid was born. We are drowning in debt. A week ago I was trying to create a budget, and everything that gives me a little enjoyment, he wants to cut the subscriptions that I watch some shows on and whatnot. So I told him to cancel the most expensive one and 2 more lower-priced ones. We don't use much that left too. But when I suggest some things he could cut to save money, he refuses. Then he says I'm a controlling BTCH and I am making us broke on purpose. Mind you, I didn't even have access to our bank account till like 5 months ago, and none of the credit cards are in my name. Things get heated, and he tells me that if I married any other person, they would have kicked me to the curb a long time ago. No, I am not perfect. I am human, but I have given everything to him. I've had 2 kids, never cheated, always have supported his goals. Now I am just an uneducated, unemployed stay-at-home mom lost in life. Everything I am and have has been given to him. I grew up with an alcoholic father and my mother left him, so not the most stable environment, but I really worked on myself these past years, and no matter how complacent I am, no matter how many times I've shut my mouth against what he says to me, I can't keep him happy. Every time I make a suggestion or try to tell him something, he tells me to shut the FCK up. I could be the perfect housewife with everything done when he gets home and would still tell me something I did wrong. And there is so much more I could say about how paranoid and controlling he is, but this would be way too long as if it's not already. I'm brokenhearted and feel like I can't leave. I have no family to support me, and I lost all of my friends because of him. I'm crippled with anxiety every day, and I'm scared he's going to start being physically abusive again. And I honestly don't know what to do at this point, but honestly I don't think I will ever be happy with him again.